Well, grace and peace, my friend. I am Dr. Zamekio Jackson, Bishop in the Lord's Church, and I'm excited to be coming to you via our television network, Facebook, YouTube, however you're seeing me. I am excited. You said, Doc, what are you doing? What is all of that behind you? What is that? Yeah, this is an actual camera. Pretty nice camera at that, and it's real state of the art. It does some of everything. It's a 4K camera. It has the all of the bells and whistles that allows for cinematography, and I'm considering giving this camera away and some other equipment to some groups of people that I want to bless. Now, so many weeks ago, I came kind of talking about media ministry and the body of Christ, and I was hard. Man, I came really hard on pastors and leaders and different ones about what they needed to do to get their ministry to the next level. By some of my brethren in the ministry, they came to me and they said to me, said, Doc, you were hard on churches and pastors. They're struggling with budgets and buildings and building people in the same process. And everyone may not necessarily be at the level in which you are at. And I thought about that for a long time. And I do have a comeback for that statement. You're absolutely correct. And so I want to share this with you, Pastor. Let me share my heart with you for just a few moments. Many of you have accepted new assignments. You're new churches, you're getting ready to plant, you're replanting, refocusing. You are absolutely in a quagmire in terms of getting everything that you need to do out the look the way you want to look. There are three facets or four facets that we consider when it comes down to a church's image. One is how the colors that the church is and how it looks. Whether those colors are inviting colors or they're colors that drive people away. Some of the darker browns, subdued, has a psychological impact on how people perceive. Lighter, brighter colors communicate a brighter, focused, high energy. It communicates certain things. Some pastors go about ministry completely the wrong way because they did not know. Media guys oftentimes focus in on picture, and it's picture and sound. And so many of you are battling from going from an analog board to a digital board, and your teams are telling you what you need to do. And then some of you are at the point that you're wondering, what kind of cameras do I need? And maybe you are part of that infrastructure. Now, behind me, it is a television wall, but you may like what we do in our main auditorium, which is an LED wall. As a matter of fact, we have two LED walls. We have one in our small chapel, and we have a larger one in our main auditorium. Churches, of course, rent our space, and they have a LED wall in the small chapel. We wanted to make sure that ministry would give everything that people needed. Now, pastors oftentimes ask me the question about that. They can run tens of thousands of dollars. They can run $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, $200,000. It really depends on what kind of wall, what you're looking for, resolution, all of those kinds of things. And how we measure that is the distance from the last person that'll be seeing it to the first person that'll be seeing it, and where its placement. And so then I get these questions about streaming, and our church needs to stream, and what cameras do we need? Or we're streaming, but we're getting 120 people that watch our whole thing, and we put so much energy and effort into building it. And how do I build our overall media ministry? What software? Some of you are still using OBS. You're using some what I consider outdated software. You don't know what capturing software. Wait. Some of you are still using cell phones. And the tragedy of that is where you're going in ministry. There might be a need for an upgrade. And if you're using a cell phone, you still can do a very good production. But we're going to help you find which direction you need to be going in your ministry and how to make things work. My passion has been to see the gospel ministry spread. Now, many of you know I've worked with some of the most iconic ministries in the country, and I've helped them with their media ministry, their television ministry. In the heydays of TBN, many of them were on TBN, BET, and some of the iconic stations, and even some of the were on the Word Network and Daystar. And I worked with those leaders. It was a joy and a pleasure to help those churches from a productionary standpoint. We trained the whole productionary team. We work with movies. We've worked with the Harris Biden administration at creating information videos and promotional infrastructure for bills. So my plethora of experience, both secular and Christian and political, is extensive. And I enjoy working with churches and ministries, helping them reach their goal. Now, I don't exclusively, this training is not exclusively for churches. Let me share this with you. If you're a pastor and you got a media team, then I want you first. Let me be honest with you and transparent. I want them first. I want you to come to Jacksonville. If you in Jacksonville, let me say this to you. Please do not allow the fact that I am the gateway to God helping you get to the next level offend you. I'm not arrogant. I am a straight shooter, and I just like excellence in ministry. I want to help as many of you as I possibly can get to the next level. Now, what you need is to allow yourself and your media team to come pick my brain. For 2 days, I'm going to take them through an intensive training, understanding everything there is. What cameras, how to use those cameras, how to install those cameras. See, many times what happens is people train you so you need them. I want to train you so you don't have to call me no more after I get through training you, that you'll have all the fundamentals that you need. We're going to go over, I'm going to show your team how to create a website. Many times pastors are hiring people, how to create flyers for your church, how to create marketing. We don't send our stuff out. We do things internal. I'm going to show you what printers to buy to even print some of your stuff, which directions to go about. This is what I call the media camp. I'm finna give all the tools away to help you become empowered. Now, hopefully, we will be a spot that you will consider when you get this thing together to do your media with us on our Inspired Network. Cha-ching. But most importantly, it's making sure that you have all of the tools to represent your ministry right. I mean, are you about tired of the sound man that you deal with feedback the entire service, or you keep having to bring an expert in to reset your system because the people on your team don't know what they're doing? Or you need to make a conversion to a new sound system, but you don't know how to do that. And you're scratching your head. My concern is that if God has put a calling on your life to go to the next level, let me just be transparent with you. Many of you are far better preachers than I will ever be, but no one will ever hear your message because of your presentation. I find that many of the pastors I talk to that have the greatest message, greatest presentation of the message, they've studied, doc, they can say it. They're phenomenal teachers, they're phenomenal preachers, but no one will never hear their message because of the media presentation that's given for their ministry. Every week, there are people that will attend, visit our church that are first-time visitors because they've seen something that our media ministry has done. Every ministry in our church has a digital outlet for communicating their message beyond just the local church. For example, we have a show called The Man Cave, and it's part of our men's ministry, and it communicates its message, and thousands of people watch it on a weekly basis. We have various different infrastructures that are within our operation that communicates the message of the cross. Pastor, one of the greatest evangelism tools that you can have is the ability to communicate the message effectively. Now, what many pastors will do is they'll say, I'll get around to it. I got to find somebody to send. Send your son, send your daughter. You come, you get the knowledge, and then you train and teach everyone else what you've learned. But what you do not do is you do not hold ministry hostage, waiting for someone to commit to being trained and developed. I want to encourage you. So the training that we're getting ready to have is taking place really soon. The dates are on the screen. We've been advertising it for weeks, kind of talking about it. This is an annual training. I don't always offer this training multiple times. I do it once or twice a year, has been our thing. We did a media school where we trained churches where the staff came 2-3 days a week and we dumped inside of them. A lot of people learned a whole lot, but what we realized is that for many part-time persons, that was too long of a stretch for many of them. Now they learned an amazing amount of stuff. Pastor, one of the things you cannot afford to cheat your ministry on this. I'm not the cheapest. We're not a low budget operation. But what I can tell you is the transformative properties that will be gained from your team attending this workshop will be life-changing. Your ministry will not be the same. If you've always dreamed of doing ministry on another level, you've watched other people do it and you said, I wish I could do it that way. If you've always dreamed of touching the nations but had no tools to do it, this will give you the tools from TikTok to YouTube to integrations and whatever you need to be able to do. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you behind the veil and expose to you all of the nuggets to do it. You're going to get a hands-on experience with some of the latest equipment. You say, well, I'm not going back to a church with the latest equipment. I have 3 different rooms that are set up, actually 4, that have three or four different styles, from podcast rooms to expensive mixers to analog turn knob mixers, you name it, to cameras, you name it, we got it. There is no other church that is open for this kind of facilitation in the area that offer this kind of training. Now, what happens is I share that we do this, and pastors will call me on the phone and say, Doc, what you think, such and such, such, such. I'm gonna tell you to tell your people to take the class, or you come take the class. I'm not gonna just give you information, because what happens is I find that I give you a la carte and you don't kind of do it right, and then I have to come. You need my help. If you take the class, you let us train you, you're going to be amazing. And one of the greatest things is that some people think they know it all, and because they think they know it all, they procrastinate the process of going to the next level. Come sit down and let my instructors. I've got people that teach sound, that does it in stadiums around the country. I've got video graphics people that do it for major platforms. I've got video production people that's done it for things for the White House. I've got set creators that's created for movies. Lighting experts that can show you how to work a lighting rig. What I'm saying to you, this is something that you do not want to miss. The opportunity to transform your church and your ministry. I simply am in love with teaching ministries. Now, I've had secular companies come in and they've been a part of our training, and they said, oh my God, I'm so glad I found out about it. This is really what we needed for our podcasting and to do the things that they wanted to be able to do. Thank y'all for responding. But what I want you to do is I want you to go to the information on the screen. I want you to call the number. My staff is available 24 hours a day. Give them your name and number. Say, hey, I want to sign up. If you got 5 or more people, there is a discount, but you need to call the line and I will help them sign up. I want to exhaust our means of training and developing. Now, this is my birthday weekend and all that good stuff, but I'm excited about training. This is my area. And so I'm looking forward to you being a part of our upcoming media training. And it is going to be simply amazing. Well, I've rambled and talked and went over things, probably a whole lot. But I want you to understand my heart. And if you have not signed up, now is the time to sign up. Get connected. Thank you so much. Have a blessed, prosperous day. I'm Bishop Z. I want to see you in our training.
How y'all doing? I'm D'Angelo Baker. I'm here at the Hospital Church. I'm from Truth and Love Ministry. And listen, I've taken part in this media training. And listen, you guys will love it. It's impactful. So much knowledge. Some of the things I thought I knew is just taking me to a new level. And I'm just so ready to get out of here and get back to service to improve the experience that we already have. Thank y'all.
Hi, how you doing today? My name is Virgil Jones III, and I'm here on behalf of Philippi Community Church in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm out here today enjoying the media training. If you ever have problems with media, you should come out and enjoy it. It's very intriguing, easy to understand, and different things that you can learn about the program. So, yeah.
My name is Kenya, and I'm a part of this media training. This training is going great. It's a lot of information in here. My mind right now is such overload because I have so many ideas for what I can do once I'm out of this training. So if you ever have a chance to sign up, don't hesitate. It will change your life. It's a game changer. Lucrative incomes from all